Hey folks, Flappy here. Welcome to my murder mystery homebrew guide. Yes, I put together a pretty simple murder mystery for my home game that I'm running, and it was much easier than I thought. So here's how you can do it too in just 4 steps. Step 1. Decide on a trope. In order to make the big choice of who's the murderer and who's the victim a little bit easier, I gathered a list of tropes from other campaigns, pop culture, and just around that you can use for your mystery. Number 1, you can make the victim actually the culprit. For reference, check out the Adventure Zone's Murder on the Rockport Limited or the movie Knives Out. Number 2, everyone might as well have killed them. These are situations where the actions around the murder are so nefarious it really doesn't matter who killed the person specifically. It was either a group or a smaller action in a series of really nefarious actions. Dimension 20's mystery around Zane Darkshadow kind of follows this, so check that out if you want to know more about that one. The killer is the most guilty one. I actually kind of like this one. I like to throw it in because sometimes the evil-seeming guy did it. Number 4, this one is particularly difficult to pull off. The killer is the most trustable person. The most trusted person is probably the person that your players will suspect first. So in order to pull this off, you really need to be able to avoid suspicion with this character. Our last trope comes from Dwight from The Office. Here's Dwight.
It's never the person you most suspect. It's also never the person you least suspect. Therefore, I know the killer to be Beatrix Bourbon, the person I most medium suspect.
Deciding on the trope will lead you to establish the murderer and the victim, which is like a really important part of this. You're gonna want to start there. Once that's over though, you can move on to step 2, location. A really good plan for a murder mystery is to make it take place in a what I'll call a bottle. People don't enter, people don't leave. Agatha Christie is kind of a master of creating bottles and then increasing the drama of the murder because everyone's interacting with each other. A snowed-in house, a quarantined building, a train. In D&D, a bottle means that your players can have better focus and therefore really have a better chance of solving the puzzle. Remember, the burden of free thought is kind of taxing for your players and can really make it hard to know where to even begin. So give them restrictions and let them know the murderer is here. Step 3. The suspects. You want at least 6 suspects, including the murderer, and you can do more or less, but I found that 6 or 7 really optimizes the experience. Remember, you want these people to be suspicious, so come up with 3 reasons why they are suspects. Some common suspect reasons are proximity to the scene of the crime, suspicious or unrelated illegal activity, something to hide, antagonism or unwillingness to cooperate. Adding 3 out of these 4 things to each suspect will give them enough to make this a fun murder mystery. At this point, you'll also be able to connect the dots and say who saw who doing what. When your players want to interrogate or investigate, these are the things that are going to become your cheat sheet for what they are going to say to the players. Okay, everything is starting to come together at this point, which is great. Before I get to the last point, I just want you to take a second to like this video. It really helps get more eyes on it and helps the channel out a lot. It's free, it's easy, just click the thumb. Step 4. A battle. This is D&D, so it's only fitting to make sure that you have a battle planned for your murder mystery. Maybe the murderer is going down swinging, maybe you need to protect someone, or maybe an innocent person suspects you and attacks you. Whatever it is, a fight will make the murder mystery much more fun for your players. Either have the battle be at the conclusion or somewhere in the middle so that the investigation for the murder can be broken up or lead to something really epic. If you have any questions or stories to tell, I have a Discord channel for that. The link is down below, so check it out. We are building a community of enthusiasts, and I hope you come hang out, talk about D&D and whatever else. That's it for Murder Mysteries. I'll catch you next time.